Yeah, I mean, obviously, we are such big fan of Bush's Baked Beans because it's a really family-owned business, but also Bluey is like so huge in our household. I don't know who loves it more, like my husband or the kids, because he gets super sentimental and like every episode is just so good. But they've made it so amazing for mealtime because there's something obviously with packaging that just gets kids to just eat it. They're like, Jupiter was like, oh my gosh, Bluey's on this. I need to eat these beans. So, it was like so easy. They make it very easy. Um, but yeah, typical, obviously like mealtime for us. I do have a picky eater. Jupiter is very picky. And she's 4. And so when she likes something, it's like a real exciting thing for us. And she has always loved beans, like baked beans. She's loved black beans. So, this has always been like a big thing for us at mealtime. It's packed with nutrition, like 6 grams of protein. So we know that she's getting that. However, she doesn't like, new things to her is really hard. So, we just keep trying. It's one of those things as a parent that when you have a picky eater, you're like, okay, how can I get her to like try new things? And our pediatrician really taught us like put something that she loves, put something that she knows and is liking, and then something new. So then it's like, kind of like all three should if you just keep putting it in front of her, she eventually will try it. She'll eventually be like, oh, I actually do like this. So that is something that we always are trying to do with her. But now mealtime obviously has our 8-month-old, and so it's really fun. It's like mealtime for us is just about connecting as a family, and I obviously work a lot, so it's so important for me to be there, especially like breakfast and dinner, and be able to see the kids. So we have so much fun. There's that kind of like, I don't like to use the thing like bounce back because like I've never bounced back from the babies. And it's taken me like a lot of time, but it's so interesting how we are into instant gratification, whether it's through social media, going viral, or just like something, taking a shot to like make you thinner, really. It's like, and I don't judge anybody, but I just think that we are getting to a point where we're I definitely have gotten comments on my social media, just like I'm not what I was, size wise, and that's okay. Like she's 8 months old. I think it's because like there's been so much, like there's that 8-month window where it's like, oh, okay, now she's like older. Like then there's this expectation on me, and I'm just like, I feel like I work really hard at working out, eating right, and I do it the kind of traditional way, so the old school way, so it takes much more time. But I do think that that's really interesting that we have this instant gratification, and we should be like more just, I think we're still healing, as our bodies are still healing, and we should not put that pressure on us. And our bodies are beautiful just as the way they are, so I think I feel like we should be a little bit less judgmental in this time towards new moms or moms that just had a baby, because I feel like to have that level of expectation, like maybe someone else has bounced back a certain way, but like that's not everyone's body, and that's okay. So I just think that there is that thing where it's like, I think when you get past the 6-month point, you're like, why is my body not back together yet? And like all this stuff. But it's like we went through something humongous and really beautiful. And so it just takes time, and we should allow ourselves to have that time to do it. For me, I'm a naturalist in a lot of ways. Like I love a good balance, like I obviously with Frenchie, my blog, it's like I love a good balance, but I'm not super trusting of things like that. So I just for me, I also just kind of, I don't know, like I want to be able to be like, yeah, I did this, and and I did it the way that I want to do it. And I think, like I said, I have no judgment, but I just, for me specifically, I think it just takes time, and that's okay.